the statistics much better than I do, but with 1.3 billion people and with more than 22% of our country still below the poverty line and 44% of our country agri-economy base, and with 150 million young students entering into the workplace over the next 5 to 10 years, I today heard everything that is addressing that. In agri-tech, whatever you're doing, what you're doing in terms of creating entrepreneurship opportunities for people, skill development, and how you're bridging the gap between what the MSMEs should have in terms of capabilities and using your team runner approach. And then the agri thing that you were talking about, how to utilize the farm. I mean, these are all national commitments echoed by the Prime Minister too, saying he wants to double the farmers' income, he wants to double the farm's productivity, and you are actually doing that. And then the tribal and the mortality rates and the nutrition problem, which is such a big problem, especially in the 115 aspirational districts that we have in our country. So all of these, I think, are extremely relevant, and actually all of you are also, I think, very fortunate to be associated with somebody like Ved and the Buddha Fellowship program, because these are the sort of programs that one can leverage when you have the passion and you have the commitment, the sort of commitment that you do. I think what is most important when I hear everything is there are 4 or 5 things which are very important. One is you are creating solutions which are very relevant, and you should continue to make sure that the solution that you're developing is very relevant to the community that you're serving. The second is how do you leverage technology in all of this, and how do you use technology? Not necessarily, there need not be technology solutions, but I mean, things that you're talking about, solar panel based freezers, or how do I use greenhouses and to be able to boost productivity. So technology can play a big element in the entire speeding up of the solution that you are creating. The third is, I think, very important is how do you continuously re-engineer your solution to meet bigger and bigger challenges, not only from the point of view of immediate utilization but scale up. Everyone will have to think, all of you will have to think of how do I meet the scale up requirement. That's normally a solution is very good, but then it starts falling flat when you are talking about scale up, because everything that you do now you have to reimagine, and then you have to reiterate a solution. You'll have to make channels available to yourself to be able to scale it up. You need to find partners, you need to find financial partners, you need to find some implementation capability. So I think that's the and then you'll have to make sure that your solution is scalable. That, I mean, if for example whatever you're doing here, Farming Monk, how do I scale this and how do I bring it to bear on, because everything has that potential. So how do you do that? The fourth thing that I would is your team. I met each of you all, but I'm sure with you, and you had introduced MLand and all the people who are part of your team. So getting a great team is important when you think of scaling up, replicability, customer approach, and all that. You'll need financial capability within your organization. You'll need technology capability. You'll need mentors, very good mentors, and you can access Ved's contacts and your own contact. You need very good venture capital support. You will need a good finance manager within your organization, because the challenge for many a startup is how do I not run out of cash, right? And how do I ensure that I can keep the money flowing in? And that means a lot of non-core work that you have to do. The core work is what would excite you. The non-core work is something that would not excite you. But if you don't do that, the core work can't be sustainable or cannot be supported, right? So that's then the fifth element is how do you differentiate yourself? So the differentiation is in the product itself, that is one part, but also differentiation in the representation of what this product stands for. How is it different from any other person who is also doing the same thing? and it can come in your marketing, it can come in your reach, it can come in your uh, price, it can come in the quality, it could come in the way you are leveraging technology for implementation and support. Even support becomes very important. I mean, somebody has a problem with your product, how quickly you are able to support and solve that problem is very key. And sometimes we think, we underestimate the power of poor support in actually losing a huge customer. I mean, many large companies have just gone down because of this, because somewhere they had a great product but had lousy support, and the company went bust. So there has to be a differentiator in every aspect of your operation, and that comes when you reach a certain point. See, these are the tipping points for growth, right? So up till a certain point, you are able to do everything, but then you need the systems in place, the process in place, the team in place, and the approach in place for you to be able to scale up much faster. And then you need the differentiators in place to make sure that your approach is very unique. And finally, I think all of you are going through it, persistence with a plan, right? You have to be very persistent. You are all very passionate. One can see that, but don't allow that passion to fade away because of what you consider as hurdles and challenges. You're going to have a startup's life is never easy, and that's why I say that I congratulate all of you, because every step of the way, every day when you wake up, there is a new challenge there in front of you, right? And but the important thing is, no other life is as exciting as that of a startup. There cannot be any better excitement in life, any better sense of accomplishment, achievement, giving back, creating something. You are exercising your full human potential. When you go and work for somebody, no matter what, you're only exercising part of it, because one part of it is being told to you that this is how you have to do things, okay, and then you have to conform because somebody else has thought through it, and even if you have a great idea which is counter to that, you don't have the opportunity to express it. So, but in a startup's world, you are in control, right? So I think keep that in mind, and as Abdul Kalam said, the word fail means first attempt in learning. So I think if you remember that in your life, in an entrepreneur's life or a startup life, there are only two things. One is you succeed, other is you learn. And even in success there is learning, but definitely in every hurdle that you overcome or every challenge that you face, there is a learning and you are able to move forward. I think at Atal Innovation Mission, very briefly, we are really on this particular initiative. How do you create a nationwide ecosystem of innovation, entrepreneurship to support people like you all? And also, how do we create an innovative problem solving mindset? Very often, it doesn't, when you look at it, there are thousands of problems screaming for solution. So a startup's world that's why very exciting, that even when you are going through this, you will find two other challenges. How do I improve the packaging? How do I improve the marketing? So in each of this, there is another opportunity that springs in front of you. So that is the potential, right? So we are a country with million challenges, but a million opportunities. And so what we want to do is, we want our people to acquire a problem solving innovative mindset from school level itself. So we have launched tinkering labs. You can see on the website all the stuff we are doing. Tinkering labs at the schools, incubators in the universities. And of course, these incubators are available to you. So we have a list of all the incubators that are operational in our website. So I would suggest you look at that. Whenever you need support, the closest incubator to you, go and show them your product, tell them what you're doing. They can potentially support you as a startup. You can become an incubatee. You can have access to the mentoring network and the venture capital network and a larger network that we have. We are establishing across the country, because with 55 incubators already operational and another 25 which will be starting within the next 2-3 months, we will have more than 75 incubators with close to 2,000 startups. So there is a tremendous opportunity for you to leverage all of this if you need and when you need. So you should be aware of this. We are also launching what are known as New India Challenges. So some of the solutions that you talked about, they fit into some of the challenges that we throw, but you can see what are the new India challenges, and if you have a solution, apply for them. You get a grant of 1 crore, and that 1 crore is based upon you winning that particular challenge with a solution. So this is not like a hackathon. We don't run a hackathon, we run a challenge, and we look for solutions where the ministry will buy your solution if the solution works and if it meets the requirement. And that 1 crore is given, up to 1 crore is given for converting your prototype or product into a commercially deployable product. And we'll also be launching something called ARISE, Applied Research and Innovation for Small Enterprises, for the MSME industry, to stimulate innovation in the MSME industry. So your solutions, send me a write-up on all of that.
Yes.
So let me see where I can map some of the requirements that we have with the solutions that you already have. Then we have a community innovation center, Atal Community Innovation Centers. We are going to be launching 25 such community innovation centers across the country, and these are all in unserved, underserved regions, precisely the type of regions that most of your products are directed to. So there is enough data available with us to be able to tell you what are the areas that solutions are being sought after, so your new fellows can get an induction into that.
Into that one.